Okay, so today we're just kind of extending our lesson from yesterday. Yesterday we talked about multiplying and dividing numbers with exponents. And again, just to remind you guys, our quick rule when we are multiplying numbers with exponents is we just add the exponents together, right? Not too tough, right? So if we look at a problem like this where we have 51, 51, 51. Now, I could recognize what an exponent is and realize that's the same number multiplying by itself 3 times. It would be 51 to the third. Or I could use my quick rule and realize, hey, each of these have an exponent of 1. If they're multiplying together, I just add the exponents. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Okay? And like everything in this unit, we're going to write it with 2 different answers. So this is the positive answer. And then to make it our second answer, because we're going to write it with positive and negative exponents, we have to move it across the fraction bar, and it'll become 1 over 51 to the negative third. We're going to do this on every problem for this unit. Write it with 2 different answers. Again, this is just enforcing the idea that these are the exact same number. It's just another way of expressing it. When we move things across the fraction bar with exponents, all you have to do is change the sign, and it's the same number. Okay? On this problem, we have 4 times 4 to the second. Again, if I recognize any number by itself as an exponent of 1, that would be like 1 plus 2, which again would be 4 to the third power, right? And as a negative exponent would be 1 over 4 to the negative third power. Not too tough, right? Our next problem, 2 to the third times 2 to the third times 2 to the negative 4. That would be like 3 plus 3 plus negative 4. When you plus negative, it's like subtracting, right? So that'd be 3 plus 3, which is 6, plus negative 4, which would be like minus 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. So it'd be 2 to the second. Okay? Or 1 over 2 to the negative second. Again, just reviewing the stuff that you guys did yesterday. And let's do just a couple more here. So we have 17 to the 0, to the second, and to the negative 4. Again, we're just adding the exponents. The base number stays the same. So 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus negative 4 would be negative 2. So 17 to the negative 2 power would be my negative answer. And again, to make it positive, we have to move it across the fraction bar. So it becomes 1 over 17 to the positive 2. Notice that it doesn't have to be downstairs to be negative. It can be positive downstairs. It's just the opposite of whatever the sign was when it was upstairs, when it was up top. Okay? I'll do one more here with you guys on this page. So here we have 12 to the 8 times 12 to the 0 times 12 to the negative 7 times 12 to the 1. If there's no exponent there, it's always 1. So it'll be like 8 plus 0, which is 8, plus negative 7, which would be 1, and then plus 1, which would be 2. So 12 to the second, or 1 over 12 to the negative second. And that would be your 2 answers. Okay, now let's talk about dividing. So dividing problems here. Okay. So with multiplying numbers with exponents, we added, right? When we divide, we subtract is our quick rule. It's always the top number minus the bottom number. So here we have negative 4 minus 0. Well, negative 4 minus 0 is still negative 4. So this would become 4 to the negative 4 power, or 1 over 4 to the 0. Okay? Or sorry. I am not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm thinking about the 0 there. Or 1 over 4 to the 4. Okay. Again, same number, just a different way of writing it. If I plug this into my calculator, I'm going to get the same decimal no matter what. Okay? Number 16, we have 5 to the 1 power again. If it's just a number, it's to the 1 power. And then 5 to the negative 3. So this would set up 1 minus a negative 3. When you subtract the negative, you end up adding, right? So it becomes 5 to the 4th power. Or as a negative exponent, it would be 1 over 5 to the negative 4 power. Okay, 18, negative 1 minus a negative 2. Again, negative 1 minus negative 2. When you minus a negative, you end up adding, right? Same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. So you'd add 2, so you would be negative 1 plus 2, which would be just 1. So 12, and you can say to the 1 power, or you could just say 12. And to write that as a negative exponent would be 1 over 12, and you would have to put negative 1 power there. Okay? You could leave it as just 12 up top, but downstairs you have to put the negative 1 because you have to show that, no, this is actually just 12. It actually belongs upstairs. Okay? So, yeah. Let's do one more of these. So, 7 to the 0 minus negative 2. Again, 0 minus a negative 2 would become positive 2. So, it would be 7 to the 2nd power. Or as a negative exponent, 1 over 7 to the negative 2 power. And that would be your 2 answers. And that's all you're doing. If you have any questions, ask your teachers. We're here to help. We want to help. And I'll see you guys out there.